And the question was becoming like, well, we call Guåhan home, right? I'm not Chamorro, I am Filipino, but I only know like Chamorro culture and I only know Guåhan, right? Where do I belong in this conversation? And you know, even though we are Filipino, there is a space for us to talk about it. There is a space for us to support Chamorro sovereignty and self-determination in a way that doesn't like, you know, hinge on, you know, the Chamorro voices.
I think Chamorros and Filipinos their relationship in Guam is so different from other places, even like Filipinos in Hawaii. My mentors were Filipinos in Hawaii or like Filipinos from California, like where like Filipinos from Guahan have like even like a different culture a little bit. I don't know, like it's just like a little bit. It's not just like the English the American accent, like it's or the how we pronounce things. It's like the way we see ourselves. And I don't know if like Gino or Ruzelle can talk more about this. Ruzelle also lived in Texas before. So yeah, I think for me, it's like, I have a lot of Filipino friends here, but I do think there is a lot more tensions with diasporic Chamorros because of this. And some Chamorros I know have talked to diasporic Chamorros to be like, when some of the diasporic Chamorros were attacking me and like some other folks, and they're like, you have to understand what's happening in Guåhan. And I was like, I'm gonna stay out of this because that's like a Chamorro to Chamorro conversation.
Essentially, it's like I wanted to display the idea that of being kind of pulled in different directions. So you kind of get you kind of don't know which direction to follow. You're getting pulled here, getting pulled there. You're getting all these influences from people, from media, and you kind of sort of, you don't know if you're losing yourself or if you're just growing into something more.
If you are in the village of Asan or from the village of Asan and the Mabini statue like irks you or frustrated you, like you shouldn't be angry at the statue necessarily, but you should wonder why you don't know that history. That's what you should really kind of focus on. Why is it that if these Filipino revolutionary leaders were brought here, how come we're not taught about them? You know, we learn about every sort of random Spaniard that comes to the island of Guam. Why aren't we taught about sort of these leaders of the Filipino nation, especially when we have so many Filipinos that call Guam home?
It's definitely, I think, a complicated thing where Filipinos have a longer history of displacement, and it still happens today. But at the same time, that also ruptures like potential ties with Chamorros, like that current debates around the Mabini Memorial could bring. But at the same time, there's also a lot of possible solidarities. And I think when I talked to Dr. Underwood about this, it was really helpful when he told me, like, we also have to understand the struggles that Filipinos go through in Guam today. And his response to the National Park Service was to put the Asan Bay overlook. So I highly encourage folks to visit not just the National Park Service. I think that, yeah, it's important to remember those Chamorro stories and Filipinos' potential role in highlighting them rather than erasing and dividing them, especially since oftentimes we're actually quite connected. And maybe that's why sometimes we fight a lot.